There are 2 times that I fired a weapon at human targets. And I'm very grateful, frankly, that I don't know if my bullets found their mark. If they did, I really have nothing for which to apologize. And if they did, somewhere in the West Bank, there's a mom who thinks I'm a murderer. I don't have to apologize for, with all my being, I know was an act of justified self-defense. And I don't have to pretend away the pain of that mom who had to bury her son. When I was 17 and turned to my mom and dad and said, yes, I have enough credits to graduate high school, so I'm leaving and I'm going to Israel. I'm not just going to Israel, I'm going to go study in an all-men's seminary, yeshiva. I'm not just going to go study in a yeshiva, I'm going to go to what may be the most disputed piece of territory anywhere on the planet. I'm moving to Hebron, at the time home to about 50 Jewish settlers and 100,000 Palestinians. And I was there because God sent me. And so there I was at 17 with a gun in one hand and a book in the other. And I wasn't just in history, I was making history. I was absolutely certain that I was right, and no one could tell me otherwise. We understood what needed to be understood, and you either agreed with us or you were on the other side. Like any intoxicant, it feels great going in, and you end up with a hell of a hangover the next morning. The cause of the movement was clear: reconstitute the ancient Jewish homeland within its biblical boundaries. Create the facts on the ground that make prophecy come true. But it never dawned on me who was paying the price. What happens to the people, not who are inside of our community, but the people who lie beyond it? And when you're not asking those questions, I don't care how good the dream, I don't care how beautiful the destiny, dangerous stuff happens. I think in a lot of ways, that's what all fanaticism does. In the name of worshiping an infinite God, it actually pursues a rather small and absolute God. Because a God who's really infinite is going to be bigger than any one belief system, any one community, any one ideology, and any one people. And really that was the shift for me. Ultimately, the excesses of my own community made me leave Hebron, come back to America. Because despite all the bad raps this country gets, the kind of, oh, we're nothing but McDonald's and Coca-Cola and consumerism, with all of that in a lot of ways, America then and America now certainly felt to me more spiritually healthy than the Holy Land. It's not that I don't love Israel, it's not that I don't believe in Israel, I do and I do. But there is something about the choice and the diversity and the range and the mix of cultures and communities and faiths and ideas that make up America that is so beautiful and so spiritually healthy, it's remarkable. And so I began to rethink my own experience and use it as a foundation both to create more moral accountability in myself and for my own community, and also from other communities. You can't demand from others what you don't demand from yourself. And before any of us ever want to be someone else's teacher about faith, morality, or anything else, we got to first be their students. It wasn't about just going to people and barking at them, why don't you get healthier? You people are insane. It was about building genuine relationships in which you could really learn from the people with whom you most deeply disagree, and use the experience of really learning from them to hopefully also teach them. My experience is when you really love who you're with and what you believe and what you're doing, it's not that you agree with everybody else, but it's amazing how gentle you can be with them, even when you disagree. If people are not in constant connection, creative connection, constructive connection, with people who don't share their views, we're going to be in trouble. The issue in bridge building is not to get everyone to agree and sing Kumbaya and have the birds chirp like some giant Coca-Cola commercial. That's ridiculous. The issue is how the test of success of a faith is not just is it good for the faithful, but is it good for the people beyond the faith? That works. And if that's what you call bridge building, that's what I believe in.